And that is social media ruining relationships?
And we'll just save these two. We don't have to go through these.
Okay.
We'll bring those up next time.
Oh, okay. Is social media ruining our relationships? What's your take on that?
Personally speaking,
no, for me.
I think social media could ruin relationships only because there's so much, like whether it's romantically, whether it's friends, I think it's so much, kind of what Timothy's talking about. It's so many different spirits, seducing thoughts, people's way of thinking that doesn't really align with the word. Also, it's a lot of distractions out there, and just over time, just getting distracted, it doesn't provide you any fruit. Like you're just being distracted for the sake of distraction. And like me staying off social media, like social media now has become, it's a whole bunch of OnlyFans, it's a whole bunch of women, it's a whole bunch of lust, and like I said, different ideas. And for me personally, just getting, like, if I were to just get back on Instagram, it's like, okay, I might as well just pluck my eyes out, because like my eyes may just lead me astray. Mm-hmm. And when I'm not on social media, I'm focused. I'm able to focus on my wife. I'm able to focus on what needs to get done. So yeah, I think it could ruin relationships. Just being on there is like, I don't think anything's wrong with social media. I just think that the way the algorithms are set up now, where if you click one thing, now you start seeing more of that eventually it could just lead you off the path. And yeah. I'm not saying not be on it, but I think that, like, when we were growing up, we weren't on social media. We were outside playing. Social media came around. People stopped going outside. People changed the way they thought. People do things just for the internet.
Or even, I think, even like in middle school and high school, where there was Facebook and Twitter, most people didn't even get on that until they got home on the actual computer. Like, we weren't on it on our phones all the time. And now I feel like everyone is always on their phone. They're always distracted. They're always just scrolling, like for instant gratification of whatever's to come next. Everything has been shortened. So now it has shortened everyone's attention span to just those 5 or 2 minute videos, or 1 minute and 30 second videos that you just scroll and reels, and it really just distracts you from being present and in the moment. So I can see how that can ruin relationships. It won't ruin mine, but I can see how it ruins relationships. And
it ruining relationships, I think it makes, like we were talking about the other day, it does make dating a lot harder, because I could kid you not, like, you could look on social media and be like, the grass may be greener over there, but it's like the grass is only greener where, as as cliche as it is, where you water it.
Right.
Like, you gotta. I think social media has gotten us in the habit of, but you always need more. No one's content with what they have. Yeah. It's like we live in an economy. It's not really an economy. I'm looking at this more of like a culture of like consumption, and nothing's ever enough. No one's ever content. You're never satisfied.
No one's ever satisfied.
And I mean, no one's gonna satisfy you but the Lord. But I do think that there are other things out there that just, like, somebody can have a beautiful girlfriend or a beautiful wife, and you see somebody who's just as pretty or more pretty, you go like, maybe the grass is greener. Or somebody's nice to you, you go, oh, they're really nice to me. But it's like, you got to appreciate what you have and just take care of what you have. Mm-hmm. So I do think it makes dating harder.
I can see how social media can make dating harder, only because you're used to sliding in DMs. So that instant, I see somebody, let me slide in their DMs and reach out to them. Or you're going based off whatever photos they have placed on their social media, things like that. Or you're texting someone and they post on social media and you're like, but didn't they see my text? Like, I can see how social media can make dating harder. And I really feel for y'all. I personally, when I was dating, did not believe in like the sliding in the DMs. I felt like I wanted a traditional, not even a traditional, like a normal way of someone interacting with me. I wanted someone to come up to me and talk to me, not in this day and age. Someone sees you in person, but they don't say anything, and they message you on social media and it's like, hey, I just saw you, Like, that's weird. That's so weird. Like, just go up. Like, That's what I'm like, and it honestly makes the men look a little weaker because y'all following behind a phone, hiding behind a phone to like shoot your shot. Just shoot your shot. You see the girl in person, just shoot your shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Also, I think that the standards people have put on social media are actually causing mass confusion.
Yeah.
Because people have these standards online that are so extravagant. And then like when you meet in person, they like A, don't have those standards, or B, they don't follow the standards that they're telling everybody to push. Like if you were to go on Twitter, you would think the dating game is in shambles. But like when I go out, like it blew my mind when I like took a break from social media like last year. Not that I was obsessed with social media, but I'm like online, it make it seem like nobody's together. Like everybody has a problem with each other. And then we go out on dates and I see couples everywhere. And I'm like, well, there's some disconnect somewhere.
There's no disconnect. Those people are not on social media like that. That's the disconnect. But I just feel like, and I do feel like, once you have a date with one or two people, you kind of know if their standards are really their standards or if they just put it on to be putting on, if that's their standard.
I ain't gonna lie. If you're a believer, you could knock out 90% of the dating pool as soon as you go on a date, you'll be like, oh, before you even go on the date, or if you do go on a date, be like, oh, you believe in Jesus? And if they're like, oh, yeah, all right, well, that's the last time we're going on a date. Because once I came to Christ, my main criteria was, do you believe in Jesus? Mm-hmm. Now, if you could get past that point and you say, yeah, I go, okay, but after a little bit of time, maybe like a month, when I start seeing the fruit or seeing if you really actually truly do believe, like you believe in Jesus, but I ain't seen you read your Bible in a month.
So
like,
what did you think when you came across my social media?
Well, you weren't really on social media. She wasn't on social media, but she had posts like, men do this, typical girl stuff. And I'm like, she just hasn't seen a good man before, man.
Oh, really?
I hate to be the one to have to show her a good time.
You're so full of it.
But that's just me.
You're so full of it.
But
you didn't ask me if I believed in Jesus.
But I knew you did because your auntie was like, do you believe in Jesus Christ? And I was like, yes, I believe in Jesus Christ. And then she kind of left it alone. The next time she brought it up, she had you on the phone. So I was like, I could put two and two together. Like, okay, I see what's going on here. So the criteria for her to even introduce us was, does he actually believe in Jesus? But I talked about Jesus to her before. So, I mean, it wasn't.
Okay. Do you think people fall in love with the image instead of the person?
I don't even know what that really means. Like, just the look of them. But
I mean, we're still talking about social media, so.
Like, no, that never applied. Well, it never applied to me. Like, when I see somebody online go, oh, I'm in love with them. But I don't actually know them.
No,
That's
I'm
weird.
saying like you know them. You know them.
If I know you and you're worse than the image you portray online, I know.
You don't think some people do that?
Some people may, but that's just because they're caught up. Like
caught up. How are you caught up?
I don't understand how you could fall in love with the image of a person online, but you know them in person and it's different, and you still fall in love with the image on them online. That makes
some
no sense.
people are vain. Some people are like, because this
Zai.
person looks good,
Zai, okay.
I'ma still stick with them. But
if I look good online,
but they're a crappy person.
No, that doesn't even make sense. You don't know anybody like that. If you saw me online and you said, oh, Chad look good, and then we met in person, you like, he is weird and I would never go to him again. You will go online and go, oh, I still love him. He looks good. I don't know a single person who would do that. That's weird.
Are dating apps making real connections?
I think some dating apps do. I think dating apps, because they got ruined in the beginning by being like hookup culture apps, especially like when we were in college. I think I
never got on a dating app. Have you?
I hopped on Tinder for a day because everybody in college was like, oh, we're on Tinder. So you know me, I'm like, I'll download Tinder, see what it's about. And as soon as I had to swipe left and right, I said, I'll leave this to y'all. And I got off within a day because I'm like, what is the purpose of this?
I've never used a dating app, so.
I just wanted to see what Tinder was about. And I got on there for a day and I'm like, I don't really see the hype in this. There's a bunch of stuff that I did because everybody else was doing it. But then when I did it, I was like, what is this hype about?
I do believe that some dating apps can build those real connections.
If you use them the way they're intended.
Yeah. And I think it depends on like the people using them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what was that Christian dating app? Do you remember Christian Mingle?
Yeah. No.
I had an aunt get on Christian Mingle, and she said they were talking about everything but God.
I would never get on no app if I was a Christian called no Christian mingle. If I was a Christian looking to date, I would go to a church.
Which I can't say that.
Or I would go out in person and say, "Do you believe in Christ?"
I can't say that. I can't say that I would go to a church. One, because I think Chad and I are the youngest people at our church.
Well, that and like you kept saying for sending JoJo into the church for his gifts. Yeah, you be meeting people like that.
What? JoJo
That had been thrown away, cast away to
he
the church for the gifts.
JoJo hasn't been cast away.
Yeah. Honestly, though, you don't like. Okay, if you're Christian, trying to find somebody else to date who's Christian, I would just ask them, "Do you believe in Jesus Christ?" It's either a yes or a no. That's 50%.
You have to think. You have to think. If you are a Christian and you've devoted yourself to God and you are refraining from sin, so you're not doing the old you. You're not doing what you used to do. You're doing something new. Then yes, you're probably not going to be meeting those people as frequently as if you were doing what you used to do when you were sinning. So it's going to probably be a little harder. But I will say, continue to have faith. Most of relationships thrive. It could be the people on your job. You just never know. It could be someone that someone has introduced to you. Like Chad, how Chad and I met, how a lot of people I know have met. So I wouldn't say lose faith. Continue to be in your words. You might meet the person at the grocery store. I will tell you, you're not going to meet the person sitting at home. You won't meet them there. I mean, unless it's the Amazon or the UPS man or the FedEx man. And, you know, different boats for different folks. I met Chad. I was at home, yes. But, you know, that's a different situation.
Yeah, but my mom and dad have always said that the best relationships that they know, where people get married and they work out the best, has always been when, like, my mom knows person A and my mom's friend knows person B, and they go, "We think these two would be a good match," and they match them up, and then next thing you know, they marry and they date and they have kids and all sorts of stuff. For some reason, I think that always works out easier because you have a person where somebody knows their character, knows their traits,
and
then you know someone who would like be a perfect little puzzle piece for them. And then when they meet, it's not like they being weird. It's just like, oh, like we actually get along. Yeah, this is a good thing.
Yeah, there's chemistry and there's a connection there based on those characteristics. So please don't be, you know, if you want us to hook you up with someone, we're happy to do so. But please don't be too standoffish on that being an aspect of how you find the person, your person.
Yeah.